they rumble, to be sure that their city won't crumble. They may not be the best, but this adventure will put their mettle to the test. Savage Stampede's a rolling thunder. They're gonna put the putrid under. While they're the force of nature, they're the Power Rangers. Let's go. These Rangers are wild, they battle with style. Let's fight. A Stampede's coming, the vicious and cunning. This misfit team has a head of steam, but they're the ones we count on. Let's win. The Savage Stampede's making history.
There we go. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Power Rangers Savage Stampede, episode 19. Still no Harrison this week. He should be back soon. He's got a family member who had some surgery, and the family member also happened to be his babysitter. So he'll be back as soon as he's able. When last we left our Rangers, they had committed what could quite possibly be construed as war crimes. So we're going to pick up from that.
We discussed this. I pulled the Wikipedia up. They were just normal crimes.
We are not an arm of the government body, and we are not members of the Geneva Convention, so we cannot.
They were not prisoners of war. It was like we just rolled up to a trap house, kidnapped the dude, and killed him. Like, yeah,
so anyway, war crimes.
They could.
We did a thing.
If you didn't see last episode, you should definitely watch last episode. Stuff exploded.
Things were thrown.
So people.
As
Exactly do we leave off?
Well, we had just finished coming up with our
you guys had just
brilliant plan.
You guys just came up with your excuse.
It was a plan.
We had a plan. We didn't. We make no excuses. We did what we did.
And we'll do more of it.
Ike
Yes.
says we sound quiet.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he doesn't mean our emotional state.
Never low.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
It's
into
been
it.
a rough week, Tiger.
Yeah.
How's that, bud?
We sound less low.
Dude,
Speaking.
am I peaking the audio yet?
Peaked
you
my
never
audio.
keep the audio.
He's gonna do the weird ASMR into the microphone.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not, we're not sponsored by Squarespace nor anybody else.
Do not sue us. Do not.
This stream sponsored by Wizard of the Coast because we make bad decisions.
We're not gonna get.
Sponsored by.
We're not even affiliated. We're not even affiliated with Renegade Studios, which is also owned by Hasbro. So
We probably won't be now.
Yeah, let's be real. We swear way too much for Hasbro to sponsor us. They're a family-friendly company, guys.
We also talk so much shit about Zork. We talk.
Wizards of the Coast, though.
We swear, we make
sponsor
sex
Critical Role.
jokes. Hasbro's not going anywhere near this shit.
that's
Also,
probably a
we
good
talk
plan.
A lot of shit about Zord Combat. We talk so much shit about Zord Combat.
Yeah, we do.
For
Well,
good reason, because it's bad, and you can send this to them too.
in our defense,
Clip
The
it and
entire
ship
their entire Discord throws fits about Zord combat.
Well, maybe
it's
they'll
not
make
that
it. Maybe they'll make an update to it.
I
it's
think
not
they
that
will.
It's bad. It's just pointless. Like it's. Why
All right,
fine.
all right, all
It's
right.
not- it's
Hey,
not
hey,
fun.
hey, hey, hey!
We're getting
we are-
sidetracked.
We
We
are going
literally-
off
Yes.
topic.
Yeah,
here.
let's play a game.
This
Let's
is
play a
why we
game.
need a different. Show. This is
It's
why
gonna
we need
be
a
one of
different
those-
show for us bullshitting.
All right, fans, which is I'm 99% certain is only Tychus at this point.
Love you down, Tigers. You're really right. You've always.
You never know. I mean, the VODs have some views.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah,
last guy
us.
interacted with
We
the live
have
stream.
to-
Interacted. He
All right,
responded
all right,
and he
all
was
right.
saying we can have war crimes as a treat.
Okay, sorry.
So
Alright. So, where are we picking up from?
you guys just landed, and have basically returned to the kids. The kids have all basically been returned to their family members now, and you receive a call from Adam. Where'd you guys go?
Space.
Whataburger.
You went to space.
A Whataburger in space.
Yes, a Whataburger in space.
Uh-huh. Sure. Why don't you guys just come back to the animarium? You guys can tell me what happened.
Or we can go back to the animarium and not tell you what happened, because that's good too.
Actually, Adam, we have another mission we have to do. And I kind of tell him about the power-ups potential stuff.
You found a what?
Yeah.
It's basically a different version of Serpentera.
I heard there was a rumor that Serpentera was based on another Zord that Zed
And-
couldn't control.
Adam, you know Serpentera's biggest weakness.
Yeah.
We might have a way around that. But it'd be
What?
the equivalent of the nuke the size of the universe.
Oh. I think I catch what you're saying. We'd have to find all the pieces of it.
It seems that we're taking something from it, so we might be able to.
And we'll have to
Yeah.
discuss that with people who are better at science than me.
Yeah, we'll wait till Harrison gets back. No offense, you're science friends. And then she just hangs up the comms.
Billy may actually be a war criminal.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
I'm,
know all he's lied about.
I'm not telling him shit.
He's
There's a-
definitely
there's
a
a-
war profiteer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Billy Cranston is a war dog. Let's be real. Let's be so real.
Yeah, so Derek kind of just looks around and is like, yeah, I'm of the mind we do this now.
All right.
We can't.
Figure out a better story.
We do need to meet. Like, I have a meeting place we can use.
We're not meeting at the mansion.
Not in the mansion. There's something under the mansion you should see, though.
Oh, of course you
You
have
have
a
a
dungeon.
wait. First you have a mansion you don't tell me about. Do you have a bat cave you didn't tell me about? Because that would be fucking badass.
I don't have a bat cave. I don't have a bat cave. The old one has a bat cave.
What?
Would your grandma rat us out to Princess Shayla?
No.
Confident are you in that answer?
Confident enough because she told me about this and apparently didn't tell them.
All I'm still profoundly uncomfortable that we don't trust the people we're supposed to trust.
And I
Well-
think she's better than anybody what happens when somebody gets compromised.
That's just because they're not very trustworthy, apparently, Gabe.
I mean, I get it. I get it. This just used to be way much like more simple to me, and now the fact that there's all this like levels of secrecy and the fact that we have to have a second base away from our base just in case there's someone on our base that that we can't say something around, that is profoundly uncomfortable to me. We need to figure this out sooner rather than later. Who is actually on our side and who's not.
You didn't hang around a lot of kids with records that you gave.
I mean, yes and no.
It doesn't count if their dad went to prison for running a Ponzi
Embezzlement.
scheme.
Doesn't count if their dad went to prison for tax fraud.
I'm not talking white collar here.
Okay, look. All I'm saying is things were easier when we could rely on Adam, Merrick, and Shayla. I don't like that we can't do that right now.
I mean, we can trust Adam. We just don't trust him to not tell other people we don't trust.
Yeah. So we're dealing with this space dragon.
Yeah,
guess we
let's
are.
let's talk about it more in the. We have to find a better name for it than the Bat Cave.
We'll workshop it on the way there.
As you guys you guys all head to the mansion, and Natasha kind of leads you through, and Natasha, you open up the back room there, and you all kind of shuffle in. Looking around, you see nothing but shelves of books and ancient scrolls, a few stone tablets. There's just everything. And then Natasha kind of may or may not have made a little bit of a mess on the table that's in the center.
The meeting table is not exactly great right now because she got mad.
Okay.
Des picks up what looks like an ancestral sword. Let's get this out of the way and just sort of
Huh?
hucks
Don't- She's trying to get every time.
it.
Can we not throw the sharp things? Okay, so Proto Serpentera, what's our move?
Okay. If I remember correctly, Ren, you said it's 2 light years away.
Yes.
Is with the amount of successes I got, would I know like what type of planet it's on? Like an idea of like where it might be.
Not with the successes that you had gotten last time. You got a general idea of the galaxy. You was hoping that you might be able to get some more information out of like Harrison or something. But Harrison, as of right now, has been unreachable.
I was hoping Harrison can make a better idea of the scrolls here and the translation key, but we're working with what we have, and the question still remains: are we willing to power this with the Zeo crystal if we can get enough of the pieces?
I want to see who else knows about this thing first. Personally.
And how are we getting off world to get to it? Because I don't think the peacock trick is going to work twice.
Well, I mean,
Did we already mention that?
Yeah, we already said we're leaving like immediately, so
Fair.
I mean, right now the jig is up. I mean, Adam knows we're taking our own initiatives, and if he wanted to stop us, he already would have.
Yeah.
I also called Naomi, and she's down for Operation Black and Blue on one condition.
What?
I run parallel as a second version of her so that we can be sort of a cooperative and run missions that we would best be suited for. She's still in a wheelchair and she can't walk extensively all the time. So, at least for now, she would have to take my place here half the time, or at least if she can get in contact with him on the.
You realize that you wouldn't be able to bring your morpher with you if you covered for her.
I know.
Would you feel
Why?
why?
Why? Why on earth is that a good idea? You to be without your morpher and exposed?
I was
What
a
do we
fight long
what do
before
we need Naomi for?
I might not have told you this because I thought you might have been mad. She might have already been in contact with one of the psychos.
What?
Did she swipe right on a dating app? How the fuck did that happen?
She was apparently how she got the job up there on the Astra base is she was running the Ranger drug that was on the streets to speed up her physical therapy. While she was doing so, the drug ring that was in Mariner Bay and them dealing with their psycho, he got in contact with her and offered her a position. I'm pretty sure he could get her in with Lord Black if she looked like she would give up information on Astro.
There's no way that Lord Black and whatever Psycho Ranger here don't have a bigger plan.
I know.
And that
That's
makes your plan
proactive.
completely out of the question.
There
If
is
there's
a
any chance you can risk getting in contact with a psycho without your morpher, that is
We already have a way onto their ship though.
Guys, I'm sorry. I need some air. And Gabe walks out of the Batcave.
there are, it is
I just like to
it is the
imagine
quickest
that it's
option we
like
have.
I like to imagine as Gabe's leaving, it's just very difficult to
Mhm.
like figure out which book he's got to pull to get
Yeah,
out of there.
Pulling the things to try to get there. It's like, nope.
Trying to pull a lever.
Yeah,
It's just
trying
like
to pull lever. It doesn't pull, and it's like
it's the
it's like
white
a big
one.
escape room fail.
It's the white one. It's the white one.
Thank you, he says a little too aggressively and leaves.
I was running a lot of shit before I had a morpher. I was doing a lot of things before I had it.
Yeah,
And
were you
I
running into psychos before you had a morpher? Were you running into things this dangerous, or even had the chance of running into things this dangerous before you had a morpher? No. These
this
people will kill you without a
you
single
don't think I know
hesitation.
that? There is a better listen. It's the quickest option we have.
I'm not here for
No.
quick.
It's not. Harrison is like already working on the transponder.
We just got to get up there. We don't. If we're running this op, Naomi's taking lead. You could be there to cover her. But unless she is about to die, you are not to step in.
Fine. I'll let her know.
Is anybody gonna want to check on Gabe?
I'll go. Daddy walks off after Gabe.
Derek, when we see if we can get any more information on this Zord from this stuff, I can't make
The
heads or
answer
tails of
keys
it.
in the middle. The answer key's in the middle.
Answer keys in the middle.
It's
That means
literally
it's a translation
there's like a
key.
data. There's like this data pad that has a. Essentially, you kind of have to hold it over. It acts kind of like this It acts like a translator. You basically scan it and it'll put it up in English for you.
That's so much nicer than what I had in mind. I was like, like the hieroglyphics to English fucking chart thing.
Yeah. No, it's not 100% accurate, and it translates it sometimes too literally. So it's not a perfect translator. It's basically Google Translate for it's basically intergalactic Google Translate. We'll skip over to Teddy coming out. You find Gabe kind of in the back of the library, kind of on the opposite end there. And it looks like he may or may not be fuming.
Yeah, he's definitely fuming a little bit, and like in that he's fuming in a way that's a little bit like ostentatious, like the way that someone says, I don't want to. His body language says, "I want to talk about it, but I'm gonna tell you I don't want to talk about it."
Gabe, you haven't really been here that much, have you?
What, in the library?
No, to the manor.
No, I have not.
I've been here quite a few times. All the secret stuff I haven't really known too much about, but the actual property that I do know something about. Why don't you take a walk with me? I can show you some of the stuff that Natasha really hasn't had the time to show you.
You'd think my girlfriend would have shown me already, and would have told me stuff.
Okay,
that's
got blown up
important.
for a second.
So I'm
I
going to.
didn't even know
Before
about
Gabe
the manor.
even starts talking about Natasha, I'm like, save it till we're outside, Gabe. It'll help relax you.
Okay. Wait, is it because the library's bugged? Is the library bugged? Does she know I just said that? She knows I just said that. Oh my god.
The library is not bugged, Gabe.
Oh, okay. All right, let's walk.
I take Gabe to the back of the manor where they have their very nice flower garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I just take him onto the very loose pebble pathway, just walking around.
So remember, it is like January. But they do have it's January.
We're rich. We have a greenhouse. Let's be real with each other. We have
I was gonna say there is a very nice greenhouse that's climate controlled, and
he's also a moose. I imagine that the weather outside really would not bother him. Gabe would probably be freezing his ass off.
I would have brought a jacket.
As you
I'll
guys
take him to the greenhouse.
You guys kind of cross across the way. Normally this area is like during the spring and summer it's a beautiful flower garden, but during the winter it's not quite as pretty. You guys enter into the greenhouse and there are plants just as far as the eye can see.
That's where the Blackwood money comes from. They're growing like a whole weed and
that and a lot of gold. Just so much pre-colonial gold.
So, what's on your mind, Gabe? Speak your piece.
It's just sometimes I feel like I don't know her at all, and she knows everything about me. And I was always it's obvious that she's smarter and has her shit together more than I do, and I was okay with that. At least I told myself I was okay with that. But the fact that she has all these things going on, and I'm finding out the same time that all of you do, it feels like she doesn't believe in me enough. Believe in me the way I believe in her. Like if I had a brother who was involved in some danger, she's the first person who would know. I talked to about it. Like it's fine that you kept. I mean, I understand that you kept your family situation secret from us for a long time, but like we're not, you and I aren't together, so, and you have reasons for keeping that secret. It seems like she's keeping secrets from me just because she keeps them from everybody. And I'd hope that I was more important to her than that. At least I thought I was.
Gabe is a person who's been around Natasha a very long time. She is a brick wall when it comes to her own emotions. She is built strong and it is hard to break pieces off.
And
Even
I've
when,
never had an emotion that you couldn't read right off my face.
yeah. I'm sure she trusts you. I'm sure there's things she has only ever told you, never told me about. But you need to understand, you got to give her time. You also have to put pressure on her. You can't be too withdrawn from her in a way. You have to be right on top of her the whole time, and you gotta push her to tell you things. Otherwise, she may never. If you want her to open up, you gotta chip away. Grab your hammer, grab your chisel, you gotta crack that brick wall open. It's how she works. It's how I've learned to talk to her and get her to open up to me.
So what you're saying is I have to obsessively love bomb her until she opens up to me.
Yes.
That feels like a little manipulative, but it makes sense.
Well, Gabe, it's the woman you fell in love with. That's all I have to say. She's tough. She's strong. She'll be with you through thick and thin, but there are some games you just have to play with her.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
if you can't play ball, back away now. But if you're ready to play, start playing her game.
Well, never met a girl like her who gave a guy like me the time of day, so yeah, she's worth it. She's worth the effort. I have to figure out how to make us work. Maybe I can do it. And if I don't, and I'll never know if I don't try, I'll regret not knowing the rest of my life, I think.
Just know, Gabe, if you ever need help, I'm right here.
How do you know so much about this stuff?
I spent a lot of time idolizing a person who just always knew the right thing to say, always knew the right thing to do at the right time. It kind of just all started to happen naturally. It's not really something you can learn, it's just something you have to learn through a lot of trial and error. I've just had a little bit more time, I guess, trying to be this way than you.
If I had spent my time learning the people instead of learning the entire choreography to West Side Story, no, still worth it. Thanks, Teddy. You're a good friend.
Of course, Gabe. I then put my hand on Gabe's shoulder and I look him dead in his eyes. I may be in your corner, but you break her heart. I'm sorry, but I break your legs.
You know what? I am glad. You know what? I stand by what I said. I am glad we are friends.
All right, Gabe. Let's head back.
Let's.
I'm
As you guys turn around and go to leave, the scene shifts back. The three remaining in the room, I need each of you to give me research-based checks. You
What's
can
called?
use science or culture.
Can I use
will do
investigation?
culture.
Yes, actually, I would allow that. I would allow investigation, especially from your background.
That role tracks very much since Derek is to read in another language that he doesn't know.
21.
Okay. Just waiting on Natasha's roll. I think Natasha froze.
Nah, they good.
That's what's happening on my screen. There we go. Derek, the section you're looking in doesn't seem to have like any real data on it.
Eric's looking at the back of the page.
He's like looking at the page. He's like, "Hey, Des, does this look like a dick?"
But I actually need that page, so thanks.
But between you and Natasha, you guys start kind of talking together. Natasha's basically like correcting some of your like misunderstandings in terms of how the language would like how the wording is being worded. You're able to like piece out all the pieces. Eventually, you do narrow down the planet.
All right.
You narrow the planet to
Does it have
Simia.
Simia?
Cimia.
Okay.
Yeah. Simia in the Draco sector.
BRB. Okay, nope, can't put that in your mouth.
Is that why like Serpentera is shaped like a dragon?
And if you were to take a look at it from like the night sky and look at the Draco constellation, it's on the planet that basically forms what would be like the very tip of the head.
So do we have the planet? I mean, what do we know about this place?
Like
There's
You didn't
startlingly
investigate
little
dragons.
information about it, in terms of like what the geology and like what the planet is like. You
It means it's dangerous.
Yeah, probably
The,
the
Teddy, did you ever get like, I don't know, any sort of access code to SPDs?
I'm not there, am I?
no,
not yet.
no, you haven't come back yet.
Okay. So this
I
is
like
still while
that.
they're having.
I like that train of thought, though.
Yeah.
Let's break into SPD.
Oh my god.
We've committed one crime. Why not
Hang
lean
on.
in?
Uh,
At this point, we're just competing with Shadow Woman.
uh, who's of those two kids that are missing as well? Can't forget about them. But
I think they're on Lord Black's ship with the other people being tested on, right?
imagine. I mean, we got. How do we get to this?
That's why we need someone on the inside of that ship now. We can't wait for Gabe to actually study that dude.
I want to get your sister on that ship. Fine, but
I
you're
know.
not.
If we worked up together, we could. We both know. With me running dexterity, and her running tech and strength, that Lord Black would have no choice but to raise us to. Look me in my eyes and tell me you don't know this is the best idea for what we need to do.
Sasha, I'm not throwing both of you out there.
It's not both of us. It's whichever one of us is best suited for the task at that given moment.
But you're both locked in.
We're down. We're taking us down one ranger. I don't. And I don't know if you just saw your boyfriend back there, but I don't think he's gonna go for this.
Sasha, I know that you're not really accustomed to being told no. But this is the Red Ranger who is supposed to lead the team and the stand-in leadership telling you this is a bad idea and we don't want you doing it as you planned.
Fine. Then I can't be the one keeping point for it. If she needs me, I'm gonna go. And she writes down Nay's contact and hands it to Des. I'm
Right.
leaving the life of my sister.
Fine. Keep her safe.
Oh, yeah, it's just the rest of us that'll die.
I don't
That's
plan
the
on
spirit.
dying. I don't plan on
Other
letting you die anytime soon.
It's about
Other
this
than
time
Robo
that Teddy and Gabe make it back.
Sorry about that. I'm better now.
Okay, so we know what planet it is on. We know what planet it's on now.
That's
And we
progress.
know what galaxy. Teddy, do you think how much information do you think SPD would have about the Draco galaxy?
Would I have any idea? Probably not.
Roll culture uh with a snag, because you probably wouldn't know specifically what they would have right off the top of your head. I don't think. No, you wouldn't have any idea.
No. I have no idea.
We need access to a larger database of modern information about this galaxy without telling people exactly where we're going or what we're doing.
I don't know, tell them we're visiting the moon.
I mean, a galaxy is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but galaxies are billions of stars, aren't they?
Yeah,
Kind of
we know
a.
the exact planet too, but we don't know what we're driving into when we land there through hyperspace. We could end up in like a place prone to electrical storms, a place where the gravity is inverted, a volcano planet. We need to know where we're going so we can know at least what shielding to put on the Zords.
Maybe not. Des, your Zord is like a lizard dinosaur thing, right? Your galactic beast.
Like a pterodactyly flying something or other.
Okay. The one thing I remember from Earth science course and biology is that reptiles and animals, particularly back then, were used to a much higher heat than we are. That's why if you go to the desert, you'll find reptiles.
Hey, but
Even if it's a volcano, he can scout out.
What about the fish?
Electrical storms is a bit of a problem.
can we really make a direct comparison between an ancient biomechanical space beast to an Earth reptile? Like, are we assuming too much saying that they have similar tolerances? I'm just putting
Well,
that
no,
out there.
man, there's no rules. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot we're not going to be able to know because apparently no one that's ever been to this place has come back alive. So we're just going to have to roll with it and make the best calls we can given what we do have.
Are the people that did made sure that no one would ever know? So
Which
either
again, just reiterates that this planet is too dangerous.
our weapon is too dangerous.
I think what this is telling us is that this place is not somewhere. Whatever this weapon is somebody really wanted to make sure it wasn't ever used again.
Well, it's going to be dangerous no matter what we do, so maybe we just go for it and hope for the best.
Thank you,
Then
Dave.
that means we have to ask ourselves a question. Are we willing to reintroduce a weapon that's been that people went out of their way to make sure no one could ever get again?
That's kind of where I'm thinking, Natasha.
Well,
If we
We
aren't,
have
let's take a second and be realistic here. I don't know what that weapon can do, but I do know that if any of our Zords go haywire, they can wipe an entire country off the face of the earth. I know that Dark
Serpent-
Spectre, if his shit, or I guess we don't know Dark Spectre, Lord Black probably has similar technology, and if he wanted to just start war, he could probably nuke an entire country. I know
Why
that
haven't they?
civilians,
Wait,
nations, have the potential to do that. Just
Derek.
with normal old splitting the atoms.
Derek just made a
Serpentera.
really good point,
Well,
though.
We're already at a point where they can just destroy the entire world. I
Then
don't
why
really
didn't
see a
they?
reason freaking out.
That's okay. Good point. If Lord Black could just wipe out the whole world if he wanted to, or any of the psychos could, why haven't they? There's something
I don't
they
know.
want that they can't get if they destroy the whole world. If that is true, there's something on Earth they want. We need to find out what it is. Maybe,
One thing that-
Natasha, your plan isn't quite as your infiltration plan has some merit.
Listen,
We already have an infiltration plan, though, that doesn't involve risking more people.
No, just
there's
me,
we're
which I'm okay with.
not just you. Not just you. You'll have somebody up there with you. It just won't be me. Also, Derek, I've looked at what's Serpentera. It is a weapon at the order of magnitude no Zord could reach, other than apparently a motorcycle.
My point is, though,
I'm sorry.
we shouldn't get caught up on whether or not it can destroy the Earth when we already have weapons that could be impacted at any time that can do that?
No, the
That's
point
like
that
getting mad that one more country has a nuke. They're already there.
Yeah, but we're not dealing with one country having a nuke. We are bringing in a new type of nuke. This isn't, we are the first people splitting an atom bomb in this room right now. I am asking if we are fine as a collective, as 5 people making a decision for the known galaxy, are we okay with bringing in a new form of warfare that we might not be able to?
Either we find it or Black does. You think he doesn't know it exists? Every
Even if he-
single
I don't
power we found, he knew existed.
even if he does know it exists, we just shown that it's very hard to get to, and like Gabe made the point,
He can hop
if
dimensions.
if he wanted
It's not.
if he wanted to destroy us, he would already. There's something he wants, and us unearthing another super weapon, or even if he gets his hand on it, we at least know that it's out there.
I
If
mean,
he gets his hand on it, we don't have a way to stop it.
and if it
It's
is
really
and if it
powerful,
is too dangerous to exist, can't we just aim it towards the sun, hop back on the galactic beasts, and go home?
As if it won't blow up the sun and keep moving.
Well,
Yeah.
we can bring a motorcycle with us, like whatever.
Sorry.
I hate that. I hate this rest. Yes, we'll bring a motorcycle. Fine.
A singular motorcycle.
Quite simply, it's naive to think Lord Black doesn't already have a way to get to this. And either we get to it and do something with it and take control of it, or he does.
Then we acknowledge that we've probably at least brought the universe closer to destruction in a goal to save it. And we have to live with that.
Well,
Worst case scenario, we have tear it down and we turn it into some like intergalactic Voltron where each planet only gets one piece.
I mean, here's the thing. We infiltrate Black's base. We don't need to worry about figuring out if and when he gets it. We'll know. And then we have somebody on the inside to make that move.
Yeah, infiltration went so well for that one team.
Okay, so now we know what not to do.
That's it.
And besides, they didn't have anybody with Gabe's acting skills.
Thank you.
And I don't know if you've met my sister. She's a little closer to evil than not, anyway.
Don't even get
Yeah,
me started on that.
she's been blowing up my phone a bit. Like, she really wants to do this.
I know.
Teddy, you've been pretty quiet over there.
My only thought is if we go to this planet and we do happen to get this massive world ending weapon, basically, what are we going to do with it? What if we can't control it? I mean, isn't there something in the Ranger logs about another team being unable to control a thing of similar size and power?
Theoretically, the power source that we're trying to power it with can be overloaded to destroy it too.
It might take, if we're connected to the way the other teams have been, it might take us with it.
Also made the point that right now it doesn't have a power source. So if that's all Lord Black's waiting for, we could be just gifting him our own.
Then let's end it
He's
without the power source. Let's get
Fair.
unpowered. and then it's not a danger to anybody, but we're in control of it.
Well, it's not
Maybe
powered right now, but theoretically, okay. So the danger we're thinking of is that someone could theoretically find it and power it without the Zeo crystal.
Serpentera took the battery. I'm pretty sure you can put a car battery in that thing and it'll run.
Yeah, I think it's
Also-
lame to think Zeo crystals are the only thing. They're just what we would use.
I think zero crystals are best because it's a power source that is ever growing.
Well, we can worry about
And
that later. We should get
We don't
Serpentera.
need. Yeah, we don't need to worry about powering this thing.
We should
Yeah.
just get it. Back to my point. So it's in our possession, and we are in control of it.
Okay, counterpoint. Why don't we just destroy it?
Yeah. Take it off the board.
If it's as powerful as we say, we might not be able to.
Okay.
Um,
We're
I-
dealing with way too many unknowns right now. We don't know what's
We
on
just
this
have to
planet
get
if we
to the
find
planet
it.
first.
We don't
I
know
agree.
what we can.
Go to space.
We got to get to it first. Let's be
Right.
honest.
Let's do it. Let's just do it then. We know where we're going.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Pick up-
I want to bring a singular point. What if we find it? What if we free it? What if they can't free it and free it for them?
It's not power.
Oh, like one of those only a pure heart can free me things, and then they swoop at the last minute and take it from us. That I had not
Oh.
considered.
Yeah,
we
all
are
right,
And it could
good.
happen.
That's not gonna work
What
for
if-
us, buddy. Good.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
where
not
your
getting
head's
any-
thinking.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
if
getting
it's-
anything there. I'm not
Okay,
getting in there.
regardless of the pure of heart or whatever, what if somebody has to be connected to the morphing grid to get in there?
Fair. What if
We
the
don't-
thing
They
is
c-
We don't need to actually. We might not need to even actually get inside of Serpentera. There's no gravity in space. We can just tie that shit on with like paracord and drag it with us.
Unless it's on a planet and we need it to achieve escape velocity. In
We
which
don't know
case, we
gravity
could
on
probably
the
still do
planet.
that with the Galactabeasts, but still.
With all 5, yeah.
we have to get there to know what to do. We can talk about what ifs all day. What if the thing is sentient and it has the voice of Snap? What if it grants 5 wishes and we ask for it to destroy? We won't
want
know
it-
until we have tangible
I want
information.
it to canonically sound like Gilbert Gottfried.
All right.
Jesse, are you ready to destroy a planet? I can't do a really good Gilbert Godfrey, but that's the closest I could get.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So let's. I guess that's all we got. Is we'll go check it out and we go from there. If this thing is buried and all we got to do is take a few pieces away, make the thing inoperable, we do that, but we at least got to figure out what sort of state. What is this thing called? Daijin Ryu is in.
We might also. That means we might have to kidnap a tech inclined person. Because raise your hand if you know how to operate machine.
Oh, can we not do a kidnapping? I would really like to be able to do this without doing a
We
kidnapping.
don't need to do a kidnapping. We all know how to. We all know how to target Zords and drive Zords.
I meant
Oh, we
more
gotta-
figuring out how that thing works.
We don't have to know that right now. We just have to know how to unbury it and get it off planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have the nerds figure that out later.
We'll have Harrison take the spark plugs out or whatever when we get back here.
Or put them in.
Whatever we got to do. All right. So let's go.
All right. Let's fire up the lionfish and get out of there.
You all board your individual Galactabeasts and begin the trek towards the Draco constellation. And once you've hit the once you've hit the correct sector, you kind of fly around till you find the right. So you find the right galaxy. Then you zoom in on the correct solar system. And the planet you're looking for is the 8th planet in this solar system. It is the farthest planet out from their sun. Frozen and completely engulfed in darkness as it is. Is just far enough away to get light, but it's not enough to. It looks kind of like a star, almost like really close star, but it's way out there. There's definitely no life on this planet. As the Galactobeasts scan the surface for you, each of you give me a driving roll.
Oh fuck!
Can I use Lionfish's driving instead of mine?
Yes.
Cool.
Totally doing that.
Same.
Come on, Mr. Cheetah. Actually, I think my cheetah's a female.
That is correct. I did say she was a girl.
Oh, I thought the green one was the female, but I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
the green one is also the girl.
Okay.
Cheetah and the Auric were both girls.
Right.
And the lionfish is a crabby old man.
Very on brand.
Cheetah rolled 20. Is rolled 7. 14. Okay. I am still missing Natasha's roll there. There we go. In combination, lionfish and cheetah find a singular stone structure towards the southern pole of the planet. And it goes deep. This planet is maybe just a little bit bigger than our moon.
Okay, so likely low gravity.
Very low gravity, yeah.
The
Zords all touch down near the stone structure. The temperature's reading hundreds of degrees below zero. The Zords are keeping you warm.
But if we go out of the Zords, we probably will have a bad time.
It's potential, yeah.
Yeah. Derek kind of looks over at Natasha and is like, see, no volcanoes. I told you it'd be all right.
Yeah, just temperatures approaching sub-zero.
We can deal with that later. I may not even have to get out.
Can we detect any pathing through this structure, or is there an opening big enough for the Galactobeasts to fly through?
No, the opening for the structure is maybe 10 feet wide by about 8 feet tall. Looks very much like a garage door.
Guys, we might have to melt open the entrance so we can teleport in.
On the side, there is what appears to be some sort of paneling.
Does the paneling look like the writing that we saw in the books that we've been going through?
Give me an awareness check. You can use investigation if you have that specialization.
that might be the worst alertness I've ever rolled.
The snowstorm that is currently raging is making it difficult to make out if there's any writing or what the writing really looks like.
Okay. So the opening's not big enough for the Zords. We have writing on the side of the wall. Too cold for us to get out.
No.
Fuck it. Launch some fire into that opening to see if we can crack it open.
As you make your shot, it kind of it wraps around it. You can see the snow kind of melt away, and you start to see more kind of around it. There's definitely it looks like there's a giant like crack dead center that the Zords are kind of like standing on either side of. That looks like it might. It's basically a straight line, and it goes for a ways. Because you get basically blast from where you're at to about 100 feet beyond the entrance that clearly leads down. It doesn't seem to have done anything other than melted the snow to the structure itself. The structure you can see is very large.
Maybe it's like this classic movie I saw once where you have to like speak a certain word and it opens.
Was there a word said prominently in like the key we had research?
No, there were just squiggles.
I mean, we have the name of the thing. Daijin Ryu.
One second.
Natasha, like,
Have you make a roll, but I want to
turns
make
out-
sure. Want to look at the rolls to make sure it makes sense.
okay. I was gonna be like, I was just gonna open the intercom up on the speed mode and just go awake Daijin Ryu and see if anything happens.
We have to sing the Zero
Nothing.
Dangerous theme song.
That was Daijujin though, not
Yeah.
Daijin Ryu.
And Daijin Ryu is Serpentera, which is
Yeah,
literally
which is-
Serpentera. It's the Dairanger version of
it's the Dairanger
Serpentera.
I don't remember the Dairanger theme. I have not listened to it in many years.
It's been a long time.
It was a good one though. It was a great
Go
one.
ahead
It
and
was
roll
like
a culture check.
the Dairanger theme.
to
If
see
I
if you
remember
remember
it, was
it.
kind of like jazzy. Sorry.
I'm gonna.
If you remember
lend-
any words, investigation, I would allow for you there.
No, I'm gonna lend Natasha assistance so she gets edge and an upshift.
See if you remember any words that pop out. What is that? What does your lend assistance do in this scenario, bud?
Give edge and an upshift.
Okay. 21. Yes. The word that stuck out the most I need their name. There's a certain name that popped out a lot. It was Rhiann. Rhian.
She'll try to turn on the mic and try to. Rian.
As the gateway opens. Keep in mind, you guys do have you do have story points for like convenient items and stuff for this scenario.
Oh, I don't think there's any. I don't think the power pack is gonna keep us warm when it's like negative 100 degrees.
Nobody could put a barrier up.
We need one of those. Like if you see Miraculous Bug, we need. I was spending.
Maybe it's warm inside, and we just have to like roll our Zord doors up to the door, jump, and shut it.
I mean, the lionfish is the smallest of the galactic beasts, but I don't even think I can make it quite in there.
Nope, definitely not.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean like individual rangers. Like if
Yeah.
it's warm inside, we just jump out of our Zords into the hallway and then shut the door back.
There is definitely warmth coming from inside.
Okay. Maybe I think this is just a we just have to go for it situation.
Natasha teleports down without talking.
You teleport down. Make a survival check.
Hey, are we morphed?
I would assume so. You're in
We're in the
space.
Zord, so
Trying to clarify, because I am about to fail this. Oh, sir.
Oof.
It would have been a 19.
Derek. The coal, like Natasha, you're able to basically kind of get right in. It's cold. You can feel your body becoming stiff. But not enough to stop you from running. Derek, the cold hits you intensely, even through your morphed shell, which is providing warmth. You are frozen in place instantly.
oof.
Dez, you're basically channeling your inner fire, essentially, and you're fine.
As I run past Derek, do I see him freezing?
You notice that he is decidedly not moving, even though he should be, because everybody else is.
Okay. Then, as I'm kind of running past him, I'm going to, tackle into him since I'm not having much of an issue, to kind of like try and carry him through the threshold.
Okay. Make another survival check.
Um,
Yeah, make
I'll
another
use you
survival
got
check.
this. I'll use you got this to give him.
Okay.
Do I get 2 upships or just 1?
I think you guys are at the level of 2.
Yeah. So like you get 2. Like you're getting bumped up 2 levels.
Okay.
So she said you still have
You're able to pretty much success. You basically just throw him over your shoulder and just rush right in, fireman carrying him essentially. As soon as you guys kind of get in, there's a secondary door, and basically a beam of light comes from your morpher, specifically Dez, and opens the second door.
Wait, his morpher specifically opens the second door?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a little fucking weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's a red beam that connects your morpher and the panel beside the secondary door.
Now that I think about it, my granny might know more about this than she let on and just did. She has done that before.
not really my deal.
Gabe and Teddy, what are you two doing?
Gabe hits the comms and like, guys, are we making a plan here? You've been quiet. What's going on?
The three of them basically have kind of gone in, and the second door is closed. But there is clearly a control panel from the inside.
Oh,
Alright.
Dez apparently has a skeleton key.
You teleported down there? Jeez, okay.
Did you not? I thought we said we were going down.
No, you just did it. Ugh. Gabe's gonna teleport down. I guess that means I need to make the survival check.
It does. I need 2 survival checks.
Y'all,
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
16.
literally
You
jump
both
from
teleport
place.
down. Gabe, you teleport a little bit further away. Teddy, you are able to. I see that. You are able to basically kind of shrug it off. Your fur underneath is kind of keeping you warm as well. This kind of weather is not unheard of on your home planet.
Oh shit!
It's a lot of the other species that live on your planet definitely don't live in those kind of climates, but your species do hunt in those kinds of climates with the appropriate gear.
I
Moose
see.
are apex predators on his planet?
Yep.
Hey, don't question it.
Moose are basically apex predators on our planet.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
They're herbivores, but
they're megafauna.
And they're don't touch it.
Unless it wants you to, and then you better be pet that.
No.
That's right.
Don't touch it.
Nah, you touch it.
I say the same thing about bison too. Don't touch it.
I mean,
I
I
want someone
wouldn't,
to
but
clip just that little bit of Teddy saying no, you can touch it.
Listen, if you learn nothing from Savage Stampede, if a mountain lion won't go after it, you shouldn't either. And because moose will chase you, and they can swim.
I mean, there was that one like young adult book where the dude there was a dude stranded in the Canadian wilderness, and he like killed a moose with a whole. It was the what if sequel where he got stuck through the winter. Yes. He killed a freaking moose with a with a cobbled together spear.
Yeah,
No,
it was
no, it would
completely
not have
insane.
happened.
Anyway, sorry.
That's a whole lot of nope from me.
Yeah.
I've stood within 20 feet of a moose. No, thank you.
I mean, granted, he did almost die in the process, but like that moose fed him for like the whole winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it do be like that. They do be big.
Anyway, I digress.
Teddy, the question is, do you notice that Gabe has also frozen?
Ah, fuck.
I mean, you crit, so you technically did better than Dez did.
Yes, I do notice Gabe is frozen.
You need to make another survival check in order to grab him.
Don't worry.
This might be
it's-
time to use a story.
No.
21.
Who needs a
you
story point?
You pick up the short little guy and just woof, and just book it basically inside. Gabe and Derek, you are both partial. Like it takes you a good 6 to 7 minutes to start warming up. The initial shock having worn off. Your Power Ranger, your morphed shell was kind of keeping you guys alive and keeping you guys at a temperature enough to keep you alive, but the initial shock of the cold sent your system into you went into shock essentially. Fortunately, morphed shell kind of brought you out of it and brought you back up to the temperature, and you guys are okay.
Oh, good God. Oh, good God. I never want to do that again. That was a bad idea. Why didn't you tell me that was a bad idea?
Then you wouldn't have done it.
As you guys kind of all stand up and begin to look around, you see a long tunnel that just descends down. It just goes down.
It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes.
You guys can't see the end of the tunnel from where you're at, and you can see about 300 feet.
I have an
It's
idea for a story.
all the lights, as soon as you guys kind of came in, began to turn on.
Oh, okay. I had an idea for a story point if it was kind of dark in here. You know how RPM and
And in the
helmets
movie,
acted as yes, like helmets acted as like high beams if they needed to look for something.
Turbo did that too, though.
Yeah, like what if the eyes on our things acted as flashlights too?
I mean, I can literally make electricity come from my hands. So
Yeah. It
And
might be
wait,
like-
wait. I have,
It's never been
I took,
addressed.
wait. I took the grid power that literally makes my body glow with light.
Wait, you did?
Took away!
Yeah,
We're
I'll
getting to use it.
F it. I'll spend the one power point. I'll spend the one personal power and activate Illuminate.
I just took the one that made me. I just took the one that made me faster.
all right.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a big. So hold on, guys. I got this. Dazzling prominence
levels.
and like this big giant glowing peacock tail sprouts out behind him that just like lights up the area with like this pale pink light. I was hoping it would be the first time I use this would be like more dramatic, but if what it does is literally light up the space, why not use it like that? Am I right?
Makes sense. So, what new details did we get with the illumination?
As you guys you don't really see a lot of new details in this entryway. But as you guys kind of continue on, you do notice that like the The lights are spaced just enough apart to basically kind of walk your way. There are sections where it's like dark. It's not completely light up in here. As you guys are walking down, you guys kind of hit about that 300-foot mark. You kind of see you guys can see now that it begins to kind of like turn, and then it's continuing down. This is a very long ramp, it looks like. And you guys go down. Initially, it takes you about half an hour of just walking till you hit a flat leveled floor. This floor is dead dark, not a single light on it. This is where Gabe's prominence begins to really shine. The area around you is glowing in about a 50-foot range. The room you have entered is enormous. You cannot see the ceiling once you enter it. And it stretches as you guys can't really see how far it stretches. But you can see 50 foot on either side of you. And the floor is made of an unfamiliar stone. And there's a sense of warmth. Des, give me an alertness check.
You know, this did say that it powered like was
17
used as
crit.
power for Rangers. This is Dez's battle.
I'm gonna be so mad.
As you open the
So you said there was a warmth under my feet, and then
what
do I notice?
You feel drawn to the right. And as you kind of look over, more out of instinct than anything, in the distance you see a hazy red. It's pretty far out there, but you can kind of see a small haze of red.
Okay. Step towards it.
As you
Continue down that way.
begin to step towards it, you kind of eventually step out of Gabe and the rest. Are you guys following Dez, or are you just kind of going to go off by yourself here?
I mean, I'm not waiting for them to follow if they decide to or not.
I'm
Natasha's
probably
following.
falling some distance behind.
I'm
Natasha's
not following.
With
Okay.
like
Go with Dez.
As all of you kind of begin to follow Dez, you're essentially the wall next to is basically at the edge of your 50-foot range. You're basically kept the wall right next to you. It's about 250 feet straight down before you hit another wall. And on that wall, Des, once you get close, your suit begins to glow.
Okay.
As does a pod on the wall. In this pod, you see a figure in white and red. And it seems to be just floating there. Feminine, but hard to make out.
Glowing pod. Person in red and white. Any sort of releases or mechanisms around the pod.
There is a panel kind of off to the left of it, and it seems to be reacting to your spectrum.
Okay.
I'm assuming you walk up and like touch it or something.
We'll come back to that later. Is there anything else in the chamber beside? Well, so there's no further way down. This is it. We've yet to see this Zord. Correct?
You have not seen the Zord yet, correct?
Okay.
I mean, I have an idea. Maybe Natasha will like walk back past like the red haze and like lift up her morpher to see if like something else activates. Maybe we need all. Maybe this is what we need all sort of thing.
This isn't Voltron.
Nothing
TV
seems
show.
to be. Nothing seems to be happening from yours.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm like, I don't know if we had to. I don't know if this is a Zelda situation where they had to once.
All right, fine. I just touched the panel then.
A red line from the panel to the pod causes it to pop out. The whole pod comes out of the wall and sets down, and then just the upper half of it starts to swing open. And then the bottom half front panel kind of swings down, revealing a female Red Ranger that you do not recognize from any file.
Okay. I mean, what do we get? She was in red and white. Do we get any sort of? Do we see an animal imprint on her helmet? Anything to kind of discern if she's from anything we might have been familiar with?
Give me a culture check.
I'm gonna roll one too, since I followed him in.
All four of you are basically standing around.
Man, I can't roll shit tonight.
14.
Are we all allowed to roll for this?
Yeah. And you guys do have you have gained 2 additional story points since the beginning.
Sure.
24. Natasha, your a single name pops into mind as you're kind of looking at this, and specifically the symbol on the right side of the chest. Squadron.
Natasha will like walk over. Is the woman still William or
She does not appear to be moving as of yet.
uh,
But you do kind
ma'am?
of hear things in an alien language, kind of coming from the panel.
Okay. This is
Nothing
where I
you
want to
you
spend a
can't you
story
can't
point.
you don't understand it, but there's definitely seems to some sort of wake up sequence seems to be happening here.
This is where I want to spend a story point for an auto translator, like both auditory and like hear translating what we hear from her, since we have extensively tried to translate her language, and translating what I'm saying back through the.
Okay. As you're as you're working on translating, it's not instant initially because it's the translator's got to learn what language it is, and it's
She's just like
old.
uploading the
It's
information, like
old,
uploading the
old.
information she's worked on.
Um, you find eventually it says Red Emissary Awakening is the last part you hear as the ranger begins to move.
Ma'am, uh, don't worry. We are people who are imbued with the with positive grid energy. We're here looking for what we call Zords, but you might know better as a biomechanical.
She kind of begins to look around at you at first, and as she's doing so, her suit begins to shift on its own. It takes on the form. It looks like a hybrid of the Red Samurai Rangers and the Red Zeal Rangers, and it's shifting, and it's very quick. It's shifting from Red Ranger to Red Ranger, mixing here and there, including your own, Des. At one point, you do see your own suit in front of you. And she looks around and she goes, "Ah, you must be this era's Power Rangers."
One of a couple. We had to call. We'll explain later. But like I said, is there a Zord here?
Yes, my Zord is here.
Oh,
We need to borrow it.
No, we're not borrowing it. Is there anybody else who could get access to it besides us?
No one that I'm aware of has come in. We could check the logs.
Okay.
Hold on. To add to that thought, Des, I know what you're thinking, but all it needed was your morpher. That's the only personal thing.
I know.
Someone can copy your morpher, then they can still get here.
I don't think
So
it
we
was
bury
just.
the entrance.
I don't
Only
think it
Red
was his
Rangers only Red Rangers can open this
okay.
facility.
There we
Psychos are
go.
Rangers,
There's a
though.
Psycho Red. Done. We need to, we take it.
Psycho Rangers. What?
Oh,
She just woke up from like a millennia's nap. Give the woman a second. Natasha like tries to like calm the situation down. We are one of a group of rangers that have been activated simultaneously because of a threat from another verse. There are multiple versions of this reality stretched across a multiverse, where choices of the people who are connected to the grid can change it. While people who are connected to the dark side of the grid, the opposite side of where we draw our power, have been coming to our plane of existence and attacking it.
Are
They
you telling me
have
that Dark
access to-
Spectre has escaped?
Yeah,
I
pretty
don't
much.
think it. Not your Dark Spectre, but a different
There's
one.
only one Dark Spectre.
Across a multiverse?
Yes.
I thought they killed him.
He might have destroyed his physical body here, but he's not that easy to destroy. He exists outside of time and space, much like the grid itself.
Well, that's new information. Huh. Good to know. Scary to know, but good.
My
Is he like-
team faced him once. What year is it? Huh.
Good question. 20.
What year did you go to sleep?
Yeah,
Okay.
2023.
I'm pretty sure this person doesn't know BC versus AD.
It's been a minute.
Teddy,
year
you would know that the
is-
galactic year is it's like the 6th era, basically. In the galactic year in the 6th era is 976.
Okay, so 6th era 900 and what?
76.
76.
6th era. What?
Sounds like
Inside-
you've been asleep an awful long time.
Which
Well,
era
did you
are
go to
you
sleep at?
from?
I'm from the 1st era. Born in year 9000.
So,
Well, you don't look a day over 3rd era.
with Teddy knowing the difference, how old would she be?
About 700 million years old. Each era is roughly between 100 and 150 million years, depending. And they basically, she's as old as recorded time, essentially, at that point.
Okay. Well, I definitely relayed that information to the team.
Teddy's brain is broken a little.
Red Emissary, it's if I'm understanding what the 1st era means correctly, our existence is probably completely different and alien to you. But the battle between good and evil is as old as time itself, and while it may feel different to us, it's still the same battle, so we might need your Zord.
If you can
We're
convince him to help
due
you,
to blow
I'm
up
more
a
than happy to allow you to.
Oh, Wait, it
Convince
talks?
him.
I was joking. Natasha looks at Derek. I was joking about the thing happening.
He doesn't talk per se, but he is very selective about who pilots him.
Okay, so another.
Is it like a,
You know,
is it like a pure of heart situation?
Well, if that's the case, then nobody's piloting this thing anytime soon.
Yeah, we aren't
excuse
getting
you
that
guys,
Zoom.
come
We
on,
are not
come
getting
on.
the Zoom. We were all there. We were all there. We all did it.
Look. Show us where he is, and then it'll be, I guess, at the end of the day, we came this far, it'll be up to him.
She
How do you know? I've
walk.
always wondered this.
She basically like turns around, kind of walks over to another section of the wall, and kind of outlines it with her finger, and then puts her hand on it, and the whole panel pops up in midair. And she kind of she types a little bit, and the lights in this room begin to come on. You kind of see it flick on row by row, basically. At the very
Is there a
back
way
of the room, about 700 feet from where you guys are currently standing, you see the head of a massive Zord. It's as tall. The head alone is as tall as Swiper.
Damn.
Just its head.
Yeah.
So, like, we can tell this is what Serpentera was trying to do, right?
This was Serpentera was definitely based on this thing, but this is doesn't feel as sinister as Serpentera does. Its features are a little bit softer. But it definitely feels powerful.
A less evil looking bioweapon. Cool.
Hey, big guy.
Natasha pushes Des forward. You're the Red Ranger, go talk to him.
Just sort of like wave my hand.
Seemingly no response.
Anything
Is
doesn't
he
work. We can
on?
just go.
I don't know. Touch him or something.
I'm not touching all that. Natasha takes a step
Yeah.
back.
Cowards. Derek
touch
just
it.
walks up and
No, I
touches it too.
touch it. Yeah.
You're gonna do it? Alright.
Yeah.
When you touch it, it's almost as though reality fades around you. And you see a red light in the shape of a dragon, in the shape of a Chinese dragon specifically, a Ryu, kind of looking down on you, appraising you. And you feel warmth and fear at the same time. It begins to curl around you. And I need you to make... That's got to be a social. Shrink. Give me a no. Give me a persuasion.
I'll burn another quip and speech to give him a upshift of 2.
I mean, didn't need
Didn't
it.
need it. Didn't need it. I take it back.
You reach out with your you're feeling, basically it's gauging, you kind of feel like it's gauging your true intentions. And you kind of use your own emotions and feelings to convince it that you're not here to use it, that you're not here to abuse its power, but you need its help.
I mean,
You're not here to abuse its power anyway.
Yeah, we're not gonna blow up any planets. Just a couple of spaceships.
No, I'm gonna blow it up. It's fine.
Wait, it's not evil. We can use this.
If it's connected to you, I mean, why on earth are we
Yeah, it's
going to
connected to
blow
you
it up?
specifically. It's
Fuck.
the one thing we're worried about isn't a problem right now. We're taking the thing.
Yeah, no, take the thing.
You guys could be thinking that, but that's Dez's mind is this thing still needs to.
Oh
King
my
of the
god.
well,
No!
is there anything the rest of us as characters see that would
Does it come in black?
All you can see is the red, a red light that seems to be flowing between the two of them. Almost kind of looks like a conversation is happening just with energy.
Natasha will lean the red emissary and be like, "Is there like a black one I can?"
The black emissary Zord would be with him.
Is there like a location? Is there like a Google Maps that I can buy?
Like,
guys? All we can do now is believe in Dez.
No, we can totally go talk to that Red Ranger chick and see if she can help with our spec too.
Yeah, like what?
Look, we can't be.
That's her Zord. So like this fail, we just need to convince her to help us.
I don't think she can help us. I don't think she has any more control of the situation, anymore. She's a memory. He's gone. Put your faith in Dez.
Are we saying this right in front of her?
Yeah, you guys are totally saying this right in front of her, and
Totally not cold, Gabe.
Not she's a rape. She's like right behind him.
Okay, but she knows what she. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like be offensive, ghosts. But no, you're not alive anymore, right? Sorry.
the Zord seemingly agrees to help you, but only once. And a second morpher appears kind of around your wrist, your other wrist, basically on the other side, and it's essentially this. It's a small circle, and it looks like it looks like the same symbol that was on the Red Ranger's chest as when you first walked in. It's just a small bracelet, essentially.
so I have this thing on my wrist now.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of come back to reality and kind of look around, and the glowing kind of dies out. And as you kind of look over, you can see the red emissary kind of walking up to you. Looks like he's willing to help. I cannot.
Why not?
We emissaries are no longer allowed to interfere in the flow of the universe, even if the universe is broken.
Oh, yeah, that's good. And who made that rule?
The morphing grid itself. We are the first Rangers.
Didn't the morphing grid make anime?
Yes.
Its judgment does not seem that good.
Animus's personality developed over centuries.
Either way, thank you for helping us. This might be the one advantage we need.
So, like, this is like a permanent power up you have, Des.
It's the one time deal. Anybody else want it?
He entrusted it to you. I think it's yours.
As soon as I see
yeah.
Natasha put her hand up, we push it back.
Yeah,
down.
Gage is the same thing. It's like, babe, trust me. I know you would. I know you would are capable of it, but this was given to Des for a reason, hon.
If you look in her eyes, you just see like, if they're like, instead of like the little animated hearts, it's animated Death Star blowing up a planet.
Daddy
It's
looks at
literally-
Natasha. You can
You
get
can
your
literally-
own in black.
Inside Natasha's head, you just hear the screams of millions dying as she
just the entire enemy fleet being blown up as Natasha thinks about having this power. Just like,
Yeah.
Also,
Seriously, Natasha?
all I'm picturing right now is Natasha laughing at Alderaan.
she wouldn't blow up Alderaan. She would have blown up the Imperial planet, and then they would have been like, she's just as as Darth Vader.
Although I will say that I will say this, Des. I really hope you never have to use that.
Are we not gonna blow up
Me
his
too.
ship?
But
Oh,
better you
well,
get it than Psycho Red or whoever, or if there even is one right now.
Sure,
I thought we
there
were
is.
getting it to blow up. Plan blow up the ship off the table.
You know what? No, it's not. But
We got this, so let's go home and let's get our next order of business going.
yeah, let's get home, figure out our next move. We got what we came for.
Harrison's had more than enough time to get the transponder working.
Phase 1 is done.
Daijin Rio.
Phase 2 is
I will move Daijin Rio closer to you.
You couldn't interfere.
I can't interfere, but I can move the Zord. It's not necessarily interfering.
I mean, that's just parking a car. If we happen to use the car to blow up a different car, it's not interfering.
Each of you kind of teleports out and back onto your Zords at this point. And that is where we will end today's episode. Thank you for joining us on Power Rangers Savage Stampede. Tune in next week. What are the implications of gaining the power of an ancient Zord? Of one of the first Zords? Could there be more in store? Could there be more trouble in store for the Rangers? Find out next time on Power Rangers Savage Stampede. Same Ranger time, same Ranger channel.